Whether you're a game collector or just an avid gamer with a large collection of games, over time it can start becoming difficult to track exactly where a game is. This is especially true with digital games, which now have multiple clients and even potentially multiple drives to store them on. Reasons like these are why I developed the GameList Excel document. It is designed to dynamically change as your collection grows, and as opposed to online lists like the backloggery, it allows custom terms for consoles, formats, and locations, making it work for your collection and your needs. Just to note, a large portion of the added functionality in this Excel spreadsheet is with the VBA macro scripting language. That means if prompted, you'll need to allow macros, and you'll also need a newer version of Microsoft Office in order to allow this to work. It could also warn you that a macro-enabled spreadsheet could contain a virus, but don't worry, that's just a default warning they put on every single one. This is the game list. It consists of two sheets. The main game list sheet is what catalogs your game collection. The second sheet displays stats for your game list. It displays what consoles you own games for, how many games for each console, as well as your total games, what formats your games are in, and the locations you have set for your games. There's also the digital formats list, which we'll talk about later. Whenever you make new additions or changes to the list, clicking the refresh button will automatically recount the data. It would also automatically add any new consoles, formats, and locations if entries were added manually. I designed the spreadsheet to be especially easy for batch entry, such as the initial entry when starting the list. The first 3 categories have drop-down lists that have all previous entries in them. For batch entry, it's easiest to set the console, format, and location, and then type in each game that matches that criteria. When you type a game and hit enter, it clears the game text box while keeping the others filled, meaning when you are batch entering multiple games with the same criteria, all you have to re-enter for each game is the game title. Whenever you add a new format to the game list that you want to count as digital, simply go to the list data sheet and click Add Digital. Then select the format you want to add as digital from the drop-down and click Add. The form prevents you from re-adding the same format again in case you accidentally add it twice. Once you add a new digital format, you can refresh the data to allow the stats to add those additions to the calculations. For digital titles, it's easy to track exactly what games you currently don't have installed. The default term for an uninstalled game is not installed, but simply changing the text in this box will change what the spreadsheet uses as its uninstalled term. Using this term for the location will highlight any currently uninstalled title red, and keep track of how many games you have uninstalled. Thanks to the built-in table functions of Excel, sorting and filtering the game list is extremely easy. You can sort and filter by any term in any column. Sort by alphabetical game titles? Sure. Sort by console? Yep. You can even filter out specific terms, like any game that is currently not installed. Feeling bored? Don't know what game to play? Click the Pick Random button. You will select a random game from your filtered list and highlight it. Along with that, you can export your filtered list as just game titles to a text file, which also filters out duplicates in case you have the same game on multiple platforms. And finally, I do plan on updating the spreadsheet with new stats or bug fixes as recommendations or bugs show up, so if a new version does release, simply open your previous version and click Copy Games. This will copy the entire game list. Then, open the new version, select the first row in the game list table, and paste your game list. Then simply add your digital formats again and refresh the data. And that's about all there is. I wanted something to be able to store a local catalog of all my games, which is also customizable and dynamic for any person's needs. Thanks to this, you can specify exactly where a game is, like specifically what shelf it's on, making it easier to find quick. Simply search for the game you need and you'll know exactly where it's at. Along with that, it will support any future consoles or formats, as well as supporting unique consoles and formats that don't exist on something like, say, Backloggery. If you have any feature requests, go ahead and tell me your recommendations in the comments below. If you like what you see here, go ahead and click that subscribe button to get notified when I post new content, and obliterate the like button to really help out the channel. Also, don't forget, I have a Twitch account and I stream fairly regularly, so if you want to see me play games very poorly, go ahead and head down to the Twitch link in the description below and follow me so you know when I go live. Anyways, I'm the Cybercrake, this is Gamers Charisma, and I'll see you guys next time.